I've got the great privilege tonight to award a retirement gift to a bloke that I've always known as Pebbles. Pebbles was drafted in 1999 at pick number 56 from the Calder Cannons. I've been privileged enough to work alongside Pebbles for I think 13 or 15 years, Pebs, and I've been witness to a remarkable journey both as a person and as a footballer. In the early 2000s, I was the forward coach with Pebs, and I don't think it's too much of a stretch to say that he revolutionised the position of the high half forward, and his work rate was such that it was quite common for the opposition to rotate two players through him because they couldn't stay with his amazing running ability up and down the ground. He helped revolutionise that game as the high half forward. He then went into the midfield where he used his big body and strong backside to maximum effect. He then kicked again as a player, so he was an All-Australian half forward. He then went into the midfield and kicked again as a player to be able to be one of the most reliable inside midfielders of the competition, and certainly the Swans. His ability at the clearances, his ability to run up and down the ground, his ability to give him a tagging role, to do whatever he wanted to do was absolute second to none. He was always first in my office on a Monday morning and has been for those 13 years. To ask me what he was doing right, what he was doing wrong, take it on the chin, have an honest conversation, how do you go and get on with life. Those conversations happened again this year, and they weren't easy for the both of us. But to his absolute credit, he still kept coming in, he still kept going out and delivering. He played in our reserves, he played everywhere from Canberra to Darwin this year, which is just an amazing achievement for a bloke who's achieved so much in football. He gave back to our young next generation of midfielders. He helped educate those kids coming through. He's a best and fairest winner. He's an All-Australian. He's a two-time premiership player. He's the club's only Norm Smith medalist in the history of this football club. I'd like you to all put your hands together for the number 5 for the very last time, Ryan O'Keefe.
Ryan, a deserved standing ovation from the fans of the club. I think the question on everyone's mind, the strong backside, are you born with it or is it a training thing? Where does it come from?
Yeah, it starts with a good base and you got to work on it, mate. Just keep working hard. So I think genetics played a part of that.
Your attitude to training, your attitude to preparation is legendary. Is that something you worked on, or did that intensity and that focus always come naturally to you?
You're always working on everything, and as I said, this club's provided so many good role models over the time, and when I first turned up there was plenty, and as probably what Barry just said before, life's too short, so I just didn't want to waste anything. There's ups and downs in life and stuff like that, and unfortunately, I went through a few, but what it did was just made me don't want to have any regrets, and just make sure that, yeah, you get the most out of life.
I remember a story John told at once of being at a sort of hotel somewhere where you guys have been out off base doing something, and you've ordered like a chicken schnitzel or something, and he turns around and you have scraped the cheese off that it came served with, and you've replaced it with the own cheese that you were carrying with you because you didn't like the high-fat cheese you want. That sort of ruthless obsession to be your best.
I wouldn't have ordered the schnitzel, mate.
Okay. But for you, it was that, wasn't it? It was that total commitment that was take every possible opportunity seemed to have been the philosophy.
Yeah, I suppose like all footballers and sportsmen, we're all nutcases really when you put it. And yeah, just every little advantage. I probably wasn't blessed with the best physical attributes or anything like that, so I just made sure I had to work hard and do everything possible to try and get a little advantage. If I was doing something I knew my position wasn't, then mentally I was ahead.
I can remember the footage after the 2012 grand final. The siren's just gone in the TV coverage, and it's the commentator there with you on the ground, and you're trying to talk. You've shouted yourself hoarse during the game. Bobby Skilton's right there next to you saying what it meant. That must be, for me, an unimaginably magic moment for you. Yeah,
look, when you achieve something that's you work so hard for, and to do it with a group of guys that you've worked hard and spent the journey with, it's just amazing. And it is the pinnacle, and what we'll turn up every day and work really hard for. And that's not just the players, that's the staff, the coaches, and even the supporters. It's a big long year for them as well. So just when you reach that moment, it is something special, and it's something to celebrate and enjoy.
I know you've got a couple of words you're going to say, but can I just say before that, in watching this season, which we know has been difficult for you, has been difficult for us, has been difficult for everyone. I've said it before, and I want to say here in front of these people, the class and dignity and style with which you went about yourself in a very challenging season was inspiring to watch. And I think we would all hope that you could appreciate the affection that was coming to you from all parts of the club during that tough time.
The overwhelming support I've had from everyone this year, especially the fans, the supporters, has been fantastic. Yeah, and my job was a lot easier this year, even though it was very difficult. Was with the reserves boys and the reserve staff and coaches, like Crouchy. It just made it so much easier and enjoyable to turn up, even though it probably wasn't where it was. But when you dealt with challenges in life, that brings opportunity, and it was a great opportunity for me, and I've learnt something, and it's given me an opportunity for the future that maybe I wouldn't have had a chance if I didn't spend the year what I did. But as I said, it's a great club to play for. It's given me everything. It's given me 15 years of amazing time. Sorry.
That's all right. What else would you like to say? Take the lectern, mate. All yours.
Yeah, these speeches are hard. Look, yeah, as I said, I just like to thank everyone. It's been such a big part. That's probably why it's so hard for me. As I said, just the supporters in this club has been fantastic. Over the journey, it's been sensational. All the staff that's ever gone through, whether it's been there for 1 year, a couple of weeks, or been the whole journey, I thank you so much. You've all done an amazing job. A lot of people don't get the, I suppose, the credit what they do, but there's a lot of people out there volunteering, doing an amazing work that helps this club going. To all the coaches, and that's all the coaches that have been over the journey, thank you. You've helped me become the player I was, but also the person I am. It's been amazing, and I've learned so much of so many brilliant football minds and people. But most of all, my family. My amazing wife, Dara, and my 2 kids. Like this year, just been, and the whole time, has been absolutely fantastic. It's made me, the reason I get up every day is the love I have and the love I have for you guys. And look forward to our next step and our next journey. So thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan O'Keefe.